Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, man. I want to talk about Zion Williamson a little bit more. You know what? It's already set in stone that Zion Williamson will be the number one overall pick. That's pretty much what you call book it. It's a lock, for real. But the even bigger problem that I had with this is that basically he's wasted a year of his time and he's wasting a year of Duke's time to play college basketball. We already know this dude is the epitome of one and done, and we already know that if it was up to him, he would have went straight to the NBA. And to be honest with you, I think it's going to be just a matter of time before somebody sues the NBA, and they will win, because what they're doing is unconstitutional. To have an age restriction to say, oh, well, you have to play at least 1 year of college basketball, or you have to be, I think it used to be 19, or now it's been raised to 20 to enter the NBA. That rule is unconstitutional, and I don't want to hear this shit about, well, you get better if you play that 1 year. No, that's not true. Either you're good or you're not. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, a lot of these dudes that came out of high school and went to the NBA, it's half and half. They fared well, very well in most cases. LeBron James, he's LeBron James. Dwight Howard, he's done relatively well. I think he's underachieved though. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he's the player that we all thought he should have been coming out of high school, but he's been in the league for a while. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. It's no guarantee. The same way people say you need to develop, in college, you need that seasoning. Look, as I said before, you've had more people that got drafted out of college that then been NBA disasters, bust, versus the people that came out of high school, So I think that's a myth, and I think it's just bullshit, to be honest with you. And I'm just going to say what a lot of people are scared to say. A lot of the main reason why people have an issue with guys coming out of high school and going directly into the NBA is because of how they look. Because you always have that perspective. You always have that issue of, people love to talk about, oh, this dude is too young making this type of money. Because there's people love to keep track of how much somebody that looked like LeBron, who play professional ball, how much they make. And that's the same thing going on with Zion Williamson. The NBA rule, is unconstitutional, and it should be challenged. Zion Williamson should have had the right to earn a living. Because he's 18, he's a legal adult. Okay? And I just don't like that. The NBA and the NCAA are just very hypocritical. No need to go into the NCAA. That's, we already know what they all about. And basically their new rules really does nothing. So if you get drafted, you can go back to school if you don't get drafted, you can go back to school for one year. Okay. Well, okay. But what about the other stuff? What about you colleges, exploiting these students, and making tons of money off of them, and they can't even get a piece of it? That's the real problem. There's so many things they could do. I don't think it should be no age restriction. I think the NBA, high school to the pros should always be an option. There are so many things the NBA could have did to where they could have made some, evaluations on how they want to handle a high schooler going into the NBA. But like I said before, we already know what's up with that. We already know why some of these people have a problem with some of these young men coming into the league making that type of money. There's no need to, there's no need to basically say what it is because we already know what it is. Like I said, that dude should have been able to enter the NBA draft. He should have been able to go to the NBA and play right away and make a living right away. I don't care about what these idiots like Charles Barkley be saying about, oh, well, they need to play because it makes the... No, it doesn't. Because like I said, I can name so many people that went to college that were NBA disasters. Greg Odom. Okay. Benoit Benjamin. I mean, for real, do we really have to go there? College really don't make that big of an impact on whether you will be a successful NBA player. It's either you can play or you can't. So that's a myth. It really come down to the player. That's just something that these analysts try to sell the public to make it look like they really care about the game when they really don't. A lot of this stuff be more so envy and hate, so that's all it come down to. But yeah, Zion Williamson should have been able to enter the draft. And like I said before, I think eventually this rule is going to be challenged. And I think what's going to happen is it's going to be a high schooler that's going to be really good. And he's really going to put emphasis on how he doesn't want to go to college and he wants to enter the NBA, And he's going to lawyer up and then he's going to sue the NBA and he's going to win. Now I know that this is, I think somebody tried to do this before and he lost, but I think Zion Williamson is going to be the case where you evaluate and say, okay, yeah, we need to look at this again. Because see, here's the thing. People talk about, well, they sick and tired of these dudes leaving college after 1 year. Well, don't make them go to college then. See, that's what I don't understand. You mad that a dude leave college after 1 year? In most cases, he don't want to be there in the first place. So like I said, why are we forcing these young men to go to college if they don't want to go to college? Let them earn a living. It's just certain things that need to be evaluated and need to be fixed. The NCAA just got a ton of problems that they've been running from for pretty much forever that they gonna have to address no matter what. And eventually people gonna look at the NBA's, 1 year of college basketball or age restriction, and they gonna come to the conclusion that, well, what's up with that. So that's all I gotta say, man. I'm out.